friends, I'm Rainey and I am here to do the aesthetically pleasing book tag. And I was tagged by Linda from Linda's World of Books, and I kind of put this off because, to be honest with you, I don't own a ton of books. I am starting to acquire some, uh, you know, consequences of being a booktuber. But for the most part, I don't really own that many. So I kind of was a little scared to do this. But I decided to, whether I own them or not, I would include a picture if I did not own the book. So here we go. um, Number one, best color combo on a book cover. And for this, we're going to start off with two, so start off with a bang. The first one I wanted to show you was Marigolds and Murder by London Lovitz. I just think like all of her covers for the Port Danby series, this is a cozy mystery series, are just stunning. And I love the colors, I love the flowers. They're all pretty. I should have taken more off of the shelf to show you, but they're just, the color combinations are just out of this world. This first one here was totally a cover buy, and I'm so glad that I picked them up because I do love the series. And then the second book that I wanted to show you was Witchwood by Tahara Mafi. And I don't know why, but I just love this like gray blue color and the reddish pink on the flowers. I think it's stunning. This was another cover buy, and it's really good, and I like it. And I just actually bought Furthermore, which is, I think, the prequel to this. I didn't know that at the time that I read this book, so I bought that one earlier in the year from, I think, thriftbooks.com. Number two is best typography or font on a cover. And for this one, it is not one that I own, but I read it I read it for Jane Austen July. And I really enjoyed the look of this cover. And it is the Pride and Prejudice graphic novel that is illustrated by Nancy Butler. And I just love the magazine style cover of this. I just think it was really an awesome idea. And I just like all the little additional titles on it, and it's just really fascinating. And the inside was pretty cool too. Number three is the best simple cover. And for this, I went to my shelves and I pulled off Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie by Alan Bradley. And this is part of the first one in the Flavia de Luce series of mystery novels. And I have only read this one so far, but they all appear to me to have this like nice, simple, one color background with just like one picture on the front. And having read this picture is very telling as to what the kind of the main inciting incident is for this novel. So I just really think that this is a good, like, eye-catching cover. Number four is best end papers. And I don't know if this really counts because this version of what I have is the paperback version. But I have the paperback version of Pages & Co., which could also work for typography because, I mean, it's shiny and look at that. But in the hardback version of this, the end papers are really pretty cool. But I was excited to see that the inside pages of this one had similar end pages when I got it. That was the one thing, like, when I decided to go with the paperback version, I was a little sad about, because when everybody unwraps the hardback to the naked hardback, they all were like really excited about what was underneath, and I was too, and I was a little sad that I wouldn't get that, but at least I get that nice kind of end paper look on the inside flap. So I was excited about that. Number five is best map. And for this one, I didn't really have anything like that you wouldn't think I was going to talk about. So I just went for The Hobbit and any of the Lord of the Rings because, I mean, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it doesn't get much better than a good map of Middle Earth. So, I mean, yeah, they might not be the most impressive thing in literature map making, but I mean, you just can't go wrong with a good Middle Earth map. Number 6 is Best Naked Hardback. And to be honest with you, I don't really have that many hardbacks yet. But I have been collecting the Penguin Clothbound Classics. So this might be cheating. I'm not really sure because these don't have a dust jacket. But I just flippin' love this copy of Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I mean, look at the flamingos. They are my spirit animal. And, this is technically a naked hardback because, it doesn't have. Ooh, and also, look at those end papers. Ooh, so bright and cheerful. I just realized this. So this could go for best end papers. I don't care that it's just a one color thing. It's hot pink. Hot pink, people. Ah, my goodness. Number 8 is best chapter headers. And I was a little bit, I didn't know what to do for this one because I don't usually pay attention to that. But I realized when I was looking at this, like right before I filmed, that the Betsy Tacy series has like some of the most endearing chapter headers that I have read, at least this year. So let's find one, shall we? I mean, there maybe isn't anything like particularly remarkable about the titles of each of the chapters, although this particular one I like. It's called A Short Stay in Heaven. But I just love that every chapter starts with a beautiful ink drawing at the beginning. And every chapter in the Betsy Tacy series starts like that. And I just think that that's so precious. And I think people, what's the next question? Best illustrations. And I'm going to continue with the Betsy Tacy series because they're just gorgeous. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that? So pretty. And this is my favorite one from the whole series. I commented to Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading that is hosting, is one of the hosts of the Betsy Tacy read along, and I was like, "What is this? They're putting a naked picture of Betsy." Like, I mean, I know you can't see anything, but I'm like, "What? What is this?" The rest of them are so wholesome and Edwardian, and then like they had a bathtub picture of her. What the heck? But I love these illustrations. Like they're half the joy of reading these books for me is to get to see each of the chapter headings. Okay, this next one, I don't feel ashamed because this is indicative of my high school life. This was what every girl was reading in high school for me. And so this next question is best spines. And I'm just going to show you a picture of them on my shelf. And I love these spines. I maybe should be ashamed of this, that I still have these. But honestly, I have no interest in rereading this series. I literally just keep them because of how pretty they are on my shelf. I know. Maybe someday I'll get over it. Oh, and is there a fourth one? Or is that just in the movies? I really should have researched this, but I only have 3, but I feel like there's 4. Am I missing one? Somebody tell me. Not that I'm going to read it, but I just want to know. And actually, I think that I skipped one. So I'm going to use this one and the last one to talk about two books from the same kind of uh, publisher. Um, so the one was the best back cover. And for this one, I chose Wuthering Heights, and it's in the, um, what is it, the Penguin Deluxe, I believe. Is that right? Yeah. It's in the Penguin Classics Deluxe Edition, and this is, I love this back cover. Look at him. He's so mean. And then also the last question was the and then the last one was the best book cover on my shelf. And I have a lot of the books that I have because they look nice on my shelf. I mean, they're books that I have also read or plan to read, but I keep them because they are aesthetically pleasing to me. So this one was kind of hard for me, but I really, really love this cover of Jane Eyre, and it is also in the Penguin Classic Deluxe Edition. And it's just, look at that spine and the back, and then it has the deckled edges, which honestly I'm not too, excited about. But then it has these French flaps, and so does Wuthering Heights. Just gorgeous. So yes, so these two are going to go together in the last bit because I think they both, like, just from back to front and spine and end papers and everything are just so that was the aesthetically pleasing booktubers tag. No, I'm an aesthetically pleasing booktuber, but it's not what I meant. That was the aesthetically pleasing books tag. And thank you, Linda, for challenging me to come up with my favorites on this list. That was surprisingly easy for all the kind of panic it gave me. It was surprisingly easy to come up with some really aesthetically pleasing books that just make my heart happy to have around. So, that's all I have for you today, friends. I will talk to you soon.